Okay, so let's talk about the 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny. What makes this tiny little piece of copper so insanely valuable? Well, it's all about rarity, mistakes, and history. But first, a little backstory. In 2009, the US Mint released a special series of pennies to celebrate Lincoln's 200th birthday. They featured 4 unique designs on the back, showcasing Honest Abe's life stages, like that one time he split a log with an axe. Fun times, right? But here's where things get spicy. Among these pennies, a few were minted with no mint mark and had some pretty rare errors. And collectors love errors, almost as much as I love finding $5 in an old pair of jeans. Now, here's the kicker. The no mint mark penny isn't just rare, it's ridiculously rare. Think needle in a haystack rare. Combine that with its pristine condition and historical significance, and bam! You've got a penny worth more than a Lamborghini. Imagine this. You're digging through some spare change to buy a coffee, and suddenly you spot that no mint mark. Next thing you know, you're on the phone with an auction house, and they're telling you your little penny could sell for $1.8 million. Yeah, that's a good day. Speaking of finding treasures in unexpected places, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the jackpot. I found an old penny in my grandma's attic, polished it up, and got super excited. Turns out, it was just a regular penny from 2009, but hey, a dreamer's got a dream, right? So, how can you tell if your 2009 penny is the golden ticket? First, check for the mint mark, or lack thereof. A true no mint mark coin from 2009 will have absolutely nothing below the date. And if you're not sure, have it appraised by a professional. Trust me, it's worth it. Literally. Alright, so what are you waiting for? Go raid your piggy banks, your car cup holders, and that random drawer full of stuff you don't use. Who knows, you might just uncover a fortune hiding in plain sight. And if you love learning about rare coins, valuable finds, and all things money related, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'll be here with more tips, tricks, and stories to help you turn small change into big bucks. Who knows, your next coffee run might just make you a millionaire. We're diving into the incredible story of the 1962 Lincoln penny, why it's worth a fortune, and how you can cash in. Oh, and stick around, I'll share a very awkward story about how I almost missed out on a rare coin jackpot. What's the deal with the 1962 penny? So, here's the scoop. The 1962 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark you'll find under the year. Over 1.7 billion of these coins were minted. Yeah, billion. So, why is one of these coins worth more than a Lamborghini? It's all about the rarities and errors, my friends. Some 1962 pennies were struck with a double die or other minting errors. These mistakes are what coin collectors, aka numismatists, go absolutely bananas over. The rarest pennies, in pristine condition, are commanding jaw-dropping prices at auctions, like $1.3 million. Spotting the $1 million penny. Here's where you need to channel your inner Sherlock Holmes. Start by inspecting the mint mark. Is the D slightly off-center or doubled? That's a good sign. Next, look for doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the words "In God We Trust." Got a magnifying glass? Great, because this is where things get intense. Also, check the condition. If your penny has been rolling around in pockets for decades, it might not fetch the big bucks. A pristine, uncirculated penny, one that looks like it was minted yesterday, could be your golden ticket. Almost missing out on a treasure? Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my car. Yes, my car was basically a mobile piggy bank, and I found a bunch of pennies. Among them was a shiny 1962 I tossed it into the meh pile without a second glance. Fast forward a few months, I'm watching a coin auction on YouTube, and they're talking about a 1962 penny that sold for $1.3 million. My jaw hit the floor. I sprinted to my penny jar like my life depended on it. Guess what? It wasn't the rare one. But it could have been. Moral of the story? Always check your change, folks. You never know what you might find. The $1 million question. Now, about that $1.3 million price tag. The current record holder is a flawless example of the 1962 D penny. But even if yours isn't in perfect condition, you could still sell it for hundreds or thousands of dollars. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever, so don't sleep on your pocket change. Alright, friends, now you know the secrets of the 1962 D Lincoln penny. It's time to raid your piggy banks, car cup holders, and that mysterious junk drawer we all have. Who knows? You could be sitting on a literal fortune. And hey, if you found this video helpful, funny, or just plain weird, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty more coin tips, tricks, and stories coming your way. Let's turn your pocket change into big bucks. We're talking about one very special 1970 D Lincoln penny that's making headlines with a jaw-dropping value of $1.3 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $1.3 million. Stick around, because I'm going to share the juicy details about what makes this penny so special, how to spot it, and why you need to raid your piggy bank right now. So, what's the deal with this penny? It's your typical Lincoln cent from 1970, minted in Denver. You've seen millions like it, plain oil brown and often overlooked. But here's the twist. Some of these pennies have a rare error that makes them worth a fortune. Specifically, we're talking about the double die obverse. Double die coins happen when the coin die is improperly manufactured, causing certain details, like the date or lettering, to look doubled. It's like the coin had a little too much coffee that morning and couldn't keep its hands steady. Faced with tears of joy, and collectors go absolutely bananas for this stuff. So, how does a penny go from a penny to being worth $1.3 million? It all boils down to three things: rarity, condition, and demand. There aren't many of these rare coins out there, and the few that exist are in super high demand. One of these rare pennies was sold at auction for a whopping $1.3 million because it was in mint-state condition, graded as MS-67 by professionals. For those who don't speak coin nerd, that means it's nearly flawless, like the Beyoncé of pennies. And the higher the grade, the higher the value. So if you've got one of these coins lying around, don't toss it in a vending machine for a Snickers. Okay, now let's get practical. How do you know if you're sitting on a fortune? First, grab a magnifying glass or a loupe. You're looking for subtle doubling on the year 1970, or the word liberty. It's like playing a high-stakes game of spot the difference. Next, check the mint mark, the little d under the date. If all the stars align, you could have a coin worth more than a Lamborghini. I mean, can you imagine explaining to the car dealer, "Yeah, I paid for this with a penny"? Now let me tell you a quick story. Back in college, I was broke. Like, ramen for breakfast and dinner broke. One day, I decided to roll up some pennies for laundry money. I remember finding this old, beat-up 1970 penny, and I thought, it's just a penny. Little did I know, I might have thrown away my ticket to being a millionaire. And you can bet I've been checking every penny since. Lesson learned, folks. Never underestimate your spare change. And yes, I still cry about it sometimes. So, there you have it. The story of the 1970 D penny that could change your life. If you've got a stash of old coins, it's time to start digging. You never know when you might strike gold, or, in this case, copper. Do me a favor, if you learned something new today, or if you're about to spend the next 3 hours searching through your change, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips on spotting rare coins worth big bucks. And leave me a comment below. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in your change? Let's swap stories. 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's making headlines and turning ordinary people into accidental millionaires. That's right, this tiny piece of copper just sold for $1.80 million. Yep, you heard that right, $1.8 million for a penny. Now, before you dive into your couch cushions or raid your grandma's coin jar, stick around, because I'm about to break down what makes this penny so special, how you might have one in your pocket, and why this could be your ticket to living the dream, or at least paying off those student loans. Okay, let's start with the basics. The 1979 Lincoln penny, what's the big deal? First, let me clarify, it's the no mint mark version we're talking about. What does that mean? Well, normally, pennies from the Philadelphia Mint are supposed to have a little P on them. But in 1979, some pennies left the mint naked, no mint mark. Scandalous, right? Now, here's where it gets juicy. These no mint mark pennies weren't supposed to happen, so they're insanely rare. And in the world of coin collecting, rare equals dollar. Coin nerds, I mean numismatists, will pay top dollar for these because they're like the VIPs of the penny world. So how do you know if your 1979 penny is the one? First, check the date. 1979. Second, look where the mint mark should be, under the year. If it's missing, congrats. You might have a winner. But here's the catch. It needs to be in near-perfect condition to fetch the big bucks. We're talking about a penny so shiny and flawless it makes a freshly waxed car jealous. You know, funny story, last year, I found a 1979 penny in my car's cup holder. I got so excited I almost called my boss to quit. But then I checked, and yup, there it was, a big old D mint mark staring back at me. Womp womp. But hey, it's still worth like 1 cent, so win. Anyway, if you think you've got a 1979 no mint mark penny, get it checked out by a professional grader. And if it's in mint condition, it could be worth millions. That's right, millions. Imagine turning 1 cent into a house, a car, or a year's supply of tacos. Truly, the American dream. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1979 no mint mark penny. A little coin with a big price tag. Now, here's your homework. Go through your change jars, wallets, and old piggy banks. Who knows? You could be sitting on $1 million jackpot without even knowing it. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you've ever come across a 1985 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, this video is for you. Stick around as we uncover the history, significance, and most importantly, the current market value of this extraordinary penny. Could it be worth millions? Let's find out. Background and mint details. The 1985 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running series honoring Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. Pennies minted in 1985 without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia. Unlike Denver or San Francisco pennies, Philadelphia coins traditionally do not carry a mint mark. While billions of these pennies were minted that year, not all are created equal. Rare variations, errors, or exceptional conditions can turn a common penny into a collector's dream. Why this coin is unique. What makes the 1985 no mint mark penny potentially valuable isn't just its age or the fact that it was minted in Philadelphia. Collectors look for unique features such as striking errors, double dies, or off-center designs. Beyond errors, condition plays a massive role. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are incredibly desirable. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Current market trends. In recent years, the coin market has seen skyrocketing demand for rare and near-perfect Lincoln pennies. A 1985 penny with no mint mark in uncirculated condition, particularly with a high grade, has fetched thousands of dollars at auction. Certain specimens with unique errors or flawless surfaces have been known to sell for even more. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for pieces that stand out, and some exceptional coins have entered the $1 million range. How to identify a valuable penny. If you think you have a 1985 penny, here's what to check for. First, examine its condition. Is it shiny and free of scratches or blemishes? Next, use a magnifying glass to look for potential mint errors. Common errors include die cracks, doubling in the lettering or date, or other anomalies. Finally, consider having your coin professionally graded to determine its value accurately. Why pennies like these matter. Coins like the 1985 no mint mark penny are more than just currency. They're pieces of history that tell a story about the era in which they were made. Collectors value them not just for their rarity but for the craftsmanship and the connection they provide to the past. Conclusion. So, Could your 1985 Lincoln penny be worth millions? It's certainly possible, especially if it's in pristine condition or has a unique feature. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just discovering the joy of coin collecting, this is one penny worth checking for. Remember, a small coin can hold big value, and treasures might be hiding in plain sight. We're exploring the 1985 Lincoln penny, a coin that has recently gained significant attention among collectors and enthusiasts due to its surprising market value. The 1985 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, is part of the Lincoln Memorial series that ran from 1959 to 2008. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary penny, but under the right circumstances, this coin can be worth much more than its face value. Let's explore what makes this coin so special and why some examples have sold for impressive amounts. First, let's talk about the design. The obverse side features the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo. While billions of these pennies were produced, certain factors can make some of them extraordinarily valuable. One of the main factors driving the value of the 1985 Lincoln penny is its condition. Coins that are in pristine condition, known as mint state or MS, can command significantly higher prices. Collectors often look for coins that have no visible wear, retain their original luster, and exhibit sharp details. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services are especially sought after. Another key factor is errors and varieties. Certain 1985 pennies have unique errors that occurred during the minting process. These errors include doubled dies, off-center strikes, and other anomalies. Such errors make these coins stand out and add to their rarity, driving up their market value. Now, let's discuss the current market value of the 1985 Lincoln penny. In circulated condition, most 1985 pennies are worth their face value of 1 cent. However, coins in uncirculated condition or with rare errors can be worth much more. For instance, a high-grade MS67 1985 penny without errors can sell for anywhere between $50 and $100 at auction. If an error is present, the value can skyrocket. Some rare examples with dramatic errors have sold for thousands of dollars. In the world of coin collecting, the thrill lies in the hunt for these exceptional pieces. If you're lucky enough to find a 1985 Lincoln penny with an error or in pristine condition, you might be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It's always a good idea to have your coins professionally graded and authenticated to determine their true value. Before we wrap up, let's consider the broader market trends. The value of rare coins like the 1985 Lincoln penny continues to rise as more people become interested in coin collecting. With limited numbers of high-grade and error coins available, demand is growing, and prices are climbing. If you have a 1985 penny, now might be the perfect time to explore its potential worth. We're taking a closer look at the 1991 Lincoln penny, and in particular, the ones with no mint mark. But first, let's quickly review what we're dealing with when it comes to pennies in general. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It features the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Over the years, several variations of the coin have been released, making them popular among collectors. Now, the 1991 penny is unique for a few reasons. Most of the pennies minted in this year came from the Philadelphia Mint and were stamped with a P mint mark. But a smaller number of pennies were released without a mint mark. That's right. There are 1991 pennies out there with no mint mark at all. And if you're wondering why that's important, it's because coins without a mint mark are often considered rarer and more valuable. But what exactly makes these coins worth looking for? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Generally, the 1991 no mint mark penny in average circulated condition is worth around 1 to 3 cents. But that's not where the story ends. The true value of this coin lies in its uncirculated or mint state versions. In mint condition, a 1991 no mint mark penny could fetch anywhere from 50 cents to a few dollars. That's for a coin that looks like it just came off the press, with sharp details and no signs of wear. However, If you happen to find a 1991 no-mint mark penny that's been professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service, you could be looking at a significant increase in value. In 2023. An example of a 1991 no-mint mark penny graded in mint state and in perfect condition was auctioned for over $100. This price may vary depending on the coin's condition, market demand, and the reputation of the auction house. But the potential for higher earnings doesn't stop there. Some experts predict that, as interest in coin collecting increases, especially among younger collectors, the value of certain uncirculated 1991 no-mint mark pennies could rise even further. With the right market conditions, we might be talking about a coin that could go for hundreds of dollars in the future. Now you might be wondering, can a 1991 penny with no mint mark really be worth millions? While the 1991 penny itself might not currently fetch that kind of price, certain rare and unique coins can appreciate dramatically over time. For example, a coin with an era or significant historical importance, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1933 Double Eagle, has reached million-dollar prices due to their rarity, unique circumstances, and high demand among collectors. Although the 1991 no-mint mark penny doesn't have that kind of exceptional story, it's still a good idea to keep an eye on it. Coins like these often gain in value as they become harder to find, and new collectors enter the market. So while $1 million price tag might not be realistic right now, the future could hold some interesting surprises for this coin. If you're trying to figure out whether your 1991 penny has a mint mark, it's pretty easy to check. Just flip the coin over to the reverse side and look under the date. If there's no mint mark there, you've got one of the rare versions of this coin. It's worth noting that if the penny is from the Denver Mint or the San Francisco Mint, it'll have a D or an S mint mark on it. If there's no mint mark, that means it came from Philadelphia, where they sometimes forgot to add the P. It's a small oversight that makes these pennies more desirable. So, what's the bottom line when it comes to the 1991 no-mint mark penny? While it may not be worth a fortune right now, this rare variation could be a smart investment for those looking to grow their collection. Whether you're an avid coin collector or just someone with a few extra pennies lying around, it's always good to know what you have. You never know, your 1991 no-mint mark penny might just be the treasure you didn't know you were looking for. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our future videos. If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts on this penny, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. We're diving into a truly fascinating coin, the 1993 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, you might think this is just another ordinary penny from the 1990s, but trust me, this coin has a story and value that might surprise you. In today's video, we'll explore its unique characteristics, how to identify one, and what makes this penny worth potentially millions of dollars. So, let's get started. The 1993 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is part of the famous Lincoln penny series, which has been in circulation since 1909. This particular coin, struck in 1993, stands out because it lacks the mint mark that's typically found on coins produced at the United States Mint's various locations. Normally, pennies will feature a mint mark indicating whether they were produced in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But what makes this 1993 penny stand out is the absence of any mint mark, and this error could make it incredibly valuable. To understand why the 1993 no mint mark penny is valuable, we need to talk about errors in coin production. Most pennies from 1993 will have the D mint mark if they were struck in Denver. However, some 1993 pennies were struck in Philadelphia but, for some unknown reason, didn't have the mint mark applied. This was likely an oversight at the mint, but it created a rare error coin that coin collectors are eager to get their hands on. The absence of the mint mark on a 1993 penny makes it stand out among other coins of the same year. Because this is such a rare production mistake, it has become highly sought after by collectors. The value of these coins has been steadily increasing, as collectors and investors are always on the lookout for unique and rare errors. Now let's get to the exciting part: the value. A typical 1993 penny with a DE mint mark is worth just 1 cent, its face value. However, the 1993 no mint mark penny, being an error coin, can be worth much more. Depending on its condition, a 1993 no mint mark penny can range in value from around $10 to $500. That's right, even a penny in good condition could fetch several $100s. But here's where it gets interesting. The most valuable examples of this rare coin, those in exceptional condition or with additional unique characteristics, can command prices much higher, sometimes reaching into the thousands or even millions of dollars at auction. This is because collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for this rare find. So, how can you tell if your 1993 penny is the valuable no mint mark version? The key indicator is, of course, the absence of the mint mark. If your penny is from 1993 and has no mint mark, then you may have just found something incredibly special. Identifying the 1993 no mint mark penny is relatively simple. Look at the obverse, the front, of the coin, where you would typically find the mint mark just below the date. If there is no mint mark there, then you've found the coin you're looking for. Of course, the condition of the coin will affect its value. Pennies in excellent condition, with minimal wear and no noticeable damage, are worth much more than those that are heavily worn or corroded. The reason why the 1993 no mint mark penny can fetch such high prices is because it is a mistake coin. Error coins have always been in high demand among collectors, and the rarer the mistake, the higher the value. Since the mint produces billions of coins every year, even the smallest mistake can result in a coin becoming incredibly rare. The fact that the 1993 no mint mark penny was struck without the mint mark means that only a small number of them were ever made, which makes them even more valuable. Looking ahead, the value of this penny could continue to rise. As more collectors discover the coin, and as fewer examples remain in excellent condition, the market demand could push the value even higher. If you're a collector or investor looking for a long-term gain, this rare coin is definitely one to keep an eye on. It's important to note, however, that the value of rare coins like the 1993 no mint mark penny can fluctuate based on factors such as market trends, the availability of similar coins, and how well the coin is preserved. But for now, the 1993 no mint mark penny remains a highly sought-after item in the numismatic community. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare coins in your collection, or you're interested in adding one, there are several places where you can buy or sell them. Online auction sites like eBay are a great place to find buyers and sellers, and you might also want to check out numismatic dealers and coin shows for opportunities to purchase or sell error coins. Always make sure to have the coin appraised by an expert before making any transactions, especially if you think it might be worth a significant amount of money. So, there you have it. The 1993 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare and valuable coin that has the potential to be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Its unique error and rarity make it a prized possession for any coin collector. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, this coin is definitely one to look out for. If you have one in your collection, now might be the perfect time to get it appraised. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Let us know in the comments if you found any rare coins lately, and we might feature them in a future video. We are diving into one of the most interesting pennies in the modern era, the 1996 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. If you've ever wondered about the true value of this coin, stick around because we're going to explore its market worth today, including the potential for it to be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The 1996 Lincoln penny was minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver, marked with the distinctive D Mint mark. This particular penny is part of the ongoing Lincoln Cent series, which first debuted in 1909. Over the years, it has gone through numerous changes, but it remains one of the most widely collected coins. The 1996 version is especially intriguing due to the potential rarity of certain types or errors associated with the coin. The 1996 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the D mint mark. Over 6.3 billion of these pennies were made in 1996, which means they are fairly common in circulation. The coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was in place for the Lincoln cent for many years until the redesign in 2009 for the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. The 1990-60 penny is made from a copper-plated zinc composition, like most modern pennies, making it primarily worth its face value for most regular coins found in circulation. Now, let's talk about the important question: what is the current market value of the 1990-60 Lincoln penny? If you are simply looking at a typical 1990-60 Lincoln penny with no major errors or special characteristics, then unfortunately, it won't be worth much more than its face value of 1 cent. Most of these coins are still circulating in everyday use, and as such, they don't command a premium in the market. However, the story changes when we start looking at rare varieties and error coins. Some 1990-60 pennies have been found with notable mistakes or unique features that can dramatically increase their value. One of the most valuable types of error to look for is an off-center strike. These coins have the design misaligned, which can make them visually striking and more desirable to collectors. A 1990-60 penny with a noticeable off-center strike could fetch several dollars or more, depending on the severity of the error. Another variety that could increase the coin's worth is the doubled die obverse, where the coin's design appears doubled, usually in the letters or date. While this is more common in other years, a double die error on the 1990-60 Lincoln penny would significantly boost its value. Depending on its condition and the clarity of the doubling, such a coin could be worth anywhere from $50 to $200, or even more. If the coin is in excellent condition and has full steps on the Lincoln Memorial's reverse side, it could also see a higher premium. The full steps refer to the number of visible steps in the memorial, and coins with all steps intact tend to have higher collectible value. A 1990-60 penny in this condition might be worth between $5 and $15. Even without any errors or rare varieties. A high-grade 1990-60 penny in excellent condition could fetch a little more than the average penny. Coins that are graded MS-65 or higher are considered in near-perfect condition and may be worth around $1 to $2 depending on demand from collectors. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Some extremely rare 1990-60 Lincoln pennies have been sold for thousands, or even millions of dollars. However, these are usually very special coins that have been graded highly or possess unique characteristics, such as minting flaws, special dies, or extraordinary preservation. These rarities rarely appear on the market, but when they do, they can bring astronomical prices at auction. For instance, an error coin with a significant mis-strike or unusual feature could attract top-tier collectors, and these sales can sometimes reach into the hundreds of thousands of dollars or more, especially if the coin has a historical significance or provenance. So, how do you know if you have a rare 1990-60 penny worth more than just a few cents? Here's a quick checklist: off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual features. Coins in higher grades, like MS-65 or better, are more valuable. If you suspect your coin might be rare or have a unique error, take it to a professional numismatist for grading and appraisal. In conclusion, while the 1990-60 Lincoln penny is, for the most part, a common coin in circulation, there are certain rare varieties and error coins that can significantly increase its value. While most of these coins won't break the bank, those that possess unique features could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right collector. If you're lucky enough to find a truly rare error or high-grade version of the 1990-60 penny, you might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. We're diving deep into a coin that has intrigued collectors and investors alike: the 1998 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. This seemingly ordinary penny holds a significant place in the world of rare coins, and its value has been skyrocketing over the years. If you have a 1998 penny without a mint mark in your collection, you may be sitting on a hidden gem. In this video, we'll explore the history, significance, and most importantly, the current market value of this coin. So, let's get started. The 1998 1-cent penny, featuring President Abraham Lincoln, is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series that began in 1909. The coin's design is iconic. Abraham Lincoln's portrait graces the obverse, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been in circulation since 1959. However, the real story of this particular coin lies in its minting. Normally, pennies have a mint mark to indicate which U.S. mint facility produced them. For 1998, coins from the Philadelphia Mint were typically produced without a mint mark. But what makes this penny so special is the way it stands out among other 1998 coins. The 1998 pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint were produced without the mint mark, unlike their counterparts from the Denver Mint, which did carry the D mint mark. This lack of a mint mark is essential when assessing its rarity and value. The 1998 penny without a mint mark is relatively common in terms of how many were produced. Millions were struck at the Philadelphia Mint that year. However, despite its high production numbers, the demand for these pennies is based on the fact that they are part of a larger trend where collectors are increasingly looking for unique and rare coins. Because many of the 1998 pennies were not marked with a mint mark, finding one in excellent condition, or with specific era features, can be quite valuable. But it's not just any 1998 penny that will fetch a high price. Only those in uncirculated, high-grade condition or those with rare minting errors will see an increase in their market value. So, what exactly is the market value of the 1998 penny with no mint mark? It's important to note that the vast majority of these coins, in average circulated condition, aren't worth much more than their face value, just 1 cent. However, once we step into the world of high-quality, uncirculated coins, the value begins to climb. A 1998 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth anywhere from $1 to $3. This is due to its relatively higher demand among collectors who want to complete their sets with unique, high-quality coins. Now, for those of you wondering if this coin is worth millions, the answer is, it depends. While the 1998 no mint mark penny is rare in certain higher-grade conditions, it has not reached the astronomical prices like other more famous rare coins. So, while it is highly collectible, you're unlikely to see it sell for millions of dollars. That said, if the coin has some rare error or if it has been submitted to a high-grade certification, it could potentially sell for thousands. For instance, a 1998 penny with a notable error, such as a double die or a misstrike, can command prices much higher than the average value, sometimes reaching $1,000 or even more. If you think you might have a valuable 1998 no mint mark penny, there are a few things you should look for. First, check the condition of the coin. Coins with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration and with a well-defined image of Abraham Lincoln are going to be more valuable. Next, consider whether your penny has any errors. Some 1998 pennies have been found with double die obverse, meaning the image of Lincoln is doubled, while others might show signs of die cracks or misstrikes. These errors can significantly increase the value of your coin. Finally, make sure to get your coin professionally graded by an expert, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. This will give you a better idea of your coin's worth and ensure you get the best price if you decide to sell. Now that you know the basics of the 1998 no mint mark penny's value, the question remains, should you hold on to it or sell it? If you're just starting out as a coin collector, holding on to a unique piece like this could be an exciting part of your growing collection. If you're an investor, however, you may want to keep an eye on the market to see if the value continues to rise. While it's unlikely that a 1998 no mint mark penny will ever reach the heights of millions of dollars, its steady value could make it a solid addition to your collection. Remember, the world of coin collecting is always changing, and new discoveries are made all the time. The market value of your penny could increase as more collectors discover the significance of these coins. So, whether you've stumbled upon a 1998 no mint mark penny in your coin jar or you've been holding on to one for years, you now know that it holds a bit more value than its face value. While it's unlikely to be worth millions of dollars, its rarity, potential errors, and collector demand make it an intriguing and worthwhile coin to own. Be sure to take care of your coins, get them graded if necessary, and keep an eye on the ever-evolving coin market. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins from the 2000s, the 2000 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you're a collector or a history buff, this coin might have caught your attention for its rarity and surprising value. In this video, we'll take an in-depth look at what makes this coin so special, its current market value, and why it could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The 2000 no-mint Mark penny is a coin that is often mistaken for a standard issue penny from the year 2000. But here's the catch: this coin has no mint mark, which makes it incredibly rare. Typically, most pennies from the year 2000 carry a D or P mint mark indicating where they were produced, but this particular version was minted at the Philadelphia Mint without any identifying mark. Now you may wonder, why is this so important? Well, the absence of the mint mark is a key factor that has made this penny a coveted item among collectors and numismatists. In a year when mint marks were supposed to be placed on every coin, the fact that some pennies were released without them adds an element of mystery and rarity. It wasn't until some keen-eyed collectors started sifting through their change in the early 2000s that the 2000 no-mint mark penny began to be recognized as something unusual. Many of these coins were accidentally released into circulation, and collectors soon realized that they weren't just any ordinary penny. The absence of the mint mark on a penny that was expected to have one was a mistake by the US Mint, but this error would go on to make it a highly desirable coin for those in the coin collecting community. The value of a 2000 no-mint mark penny doesn't just come from its rarity. It's the fact that it represents an error that was made at the Philadelphia Mint, and this error creates a special allure for collectors who want to own a piece of numismatic history. Coins with minting errors often carry a premium, and the 2000 no-mint mark penny is no exception. So, what is this penny worth today? While it may seem like a simple coin to the untrained eye, it's far from it in the world of coin collecting. As of now, the 2000 no-mint mark penny can range in value from around $50 to $100 for coins in average circulated condition. However, the value increases dramatically if the coin is in mint condition or has been graded by professional numismatists. In excellent or uncirculated condition, the 2000 no-mint mark penny can sell for $200 to $500. But if you're lucky enough to find one with a high-grade certification, the value can skyrocket even further, with some selling for as much as $1,000 or more at auction. Now, here's where things get really interesting. There have been reports of the 2000 no-mint mark penny being sold for up to $1 million. But before you get too excited, it's important to know that these coins are in extremely rare condition. Only a small fraction of 2000 no-mint mark pennies have been found in mint-grade condition, and it's these coins that command the highest prices at auctions and private sales. In some cases, pennies with significant historical provenance, or those linked to famous coin collectors, have fetched eye-watering prices that can reach into the millions. While this is rare, it serves as a reminder of the potential for this coin to become a collector's dream. If you think you might have a 2000 no-mint mark penny, here's how you can check. First, you'll want to examine the coin closely for the absence of a mint mark. A mint mark is typically found just below Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, and for this particular penny, there should be nothing there. You should also check the coin's overall condition. If it's well-worn or heavily circulated, it might not have the high value you're hoping for. The best way to determine its worth is to have the coin graded by a professional. Certified grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can help assess its condition and provide a certified grade, which will help determine its value on the market. While it's certainly not easy to find a 2000 no-mint mark penny in circulation today, it's always worth checking your spare change. The rarest of the rare can sometimes be hidden in plain sight, and you never know when you might stumble across a coin that could be worth a fortune. In conclusion, the 2000 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare and valuable coin that has become a highly sought-after item in the world of coin collecting. Whether it's worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars depends on the coin's condition, its provenance, and the market demand at the time. If you happen to find one of these pennies, remember, it's not just a simple penny, it's a piece of history with a potential fortune attached to it. Always do your research, get your coin professionally graded, and you could be sitting on a valuable asset. we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in recent years, the 2015 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, when we talk about rare coins, a lot of them come from older eras. However, sometimes a modern coin, like the 2015 penny, can surprise us with its rarity and potential market value. You may have a coin sitting in your collection right now that could be worth far more than its face value, and today, we're going to find out if that 2015 no-mint mark penny is one of them. So, let's start with the basics. The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny has been around for a long time, with different variations over the years. But what makes the 2015 no-mint mark penny stand out? First, let's talk about the absence of the mint mark. The US Mint usually places a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced, whether it's Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. In 2015, the mint mark was missing from certain pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, Philadelphia pennies would have a PE mint mark, but for that year, some coins were struck without it. This created a unique situation where collectors and numismatists started to notice and pay closer attention to these no mint mark 2015 pennies. Why does a coin without a mint mark make it so valuable? Well, this is where rarity and demand come into play. While most 2015 pennies have a mint mark, the fact that some coins were produced without one makes them highly sought after by collectors. The scarcity of these no mint mark pennies is the key factor driving their market value up. But how much are these coins really worth? Let's talk numbers. As of now, a 2015 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is valued at anywhere from $1 to a few $100s, depending on its condition, whether it has been graded, and how many are available in the market at any given time. However, for the right collector or investor, this value could increase, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Coins that are in uncirculated or near perfect condition, with no noticeable scratches or wear, tend to fetch higher prices. These pennies could potentially be worth several $100s if they are graded well by a professional grading service, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service. In extremely rare cases, if a 2015 no-mint mark penny is found with other unique features, like a misstrike or an error, it could increase its value even more. In the world of rare coins, even the smallest imperfections or unusual traits can drastically change a coin's worth. While it's unlikely that the 2015 no-mint mark penny will ever reach the millions like some of the rarest coins in history, it's certainly possible that certain examples could become very valuable in the coming decades. This is especially true if the rarity of these coins continues to rise as they are hoarded or disappear from circulation. Now, let's talk about the future. Is it likely that the 2015 no-mint mark penny will continue to rise in value? It's hard to say for sure, but if you have one of these pennies in your collection, it could be worth holding onto. The demand for rare coins continues to grow, and collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces to add to their collections. If you happen to come across one of these 2015 no-mint mark pennies, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on its value. And if you're serious about collecting, it might even be worth getting it graded by a professional to ensure you're getting the most accurate market value. So, there you have it. The 2015 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating coin with a unique story and the potential for increased market value. While it's not going to be worth millions of dollars just yet, it's still an exciting find for coin collectors and investors alike. If you've ever stumbled upon one of these rare pennies, or if you have any thoughts about its future value, let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into rare coins and their value.